From Streaky Latvia, David Michael here. It is the 25th of February, and by now we all know that on the 24th of February, the Russian army pretty much invaded Ukraine. Let's name it for what it is. It's not a military operation or practice or peacekeeping. It is a full-on invasion when you're coming in from the north, the east, and the south of a country that, didn't invite you to come in. And the footage that we're seeing is just horrific. With the advancements of smartphones and Instagram and Snapchats and TikToks, years ago we would just only see footage on the news, and of course it was edited. Now we're seeing live footage as it's happening or as it's captured, and so it paints a way different picture than a narrative of a news. You're watching people just shaking their heads as they're watching their house go up in smoke, or as they're watching their neighborhood being bombed or whatever. And I've gotten asked, well, what's it like being an American on that side of the world where everything's happening? It's very unnerving. It's very unsettling because right now you're watching, unfortunately, history being made, and in some ways history being repeated. A lot of things I've been hearing is this is 1939 all over again. It started with one leader going into another country, but it didn't stop there. So, and people have been asking, why doesn't NATO do anything? Well, just a reminder, Ukraine is not part of the NATO alliance. They wanted to be part of NATO, but again, I don't know the history or the reasons why they weren't accepted at this time. But because they're not part of NATO, NATO cannot go in and send troops on the ground into the country. But we can send supplies, weapons, and so forth for the Ukrainians to defend themselves. Another question you keep getting is, are you going to come back to America? What about Latvia? Is it in danger? No, I don't have any plans to come back to America except to do my tour later in September. My family lives here. My children's families are here. The relatives are both here in Latvia and in Ukraine. Also, Latvia is part of the NATO charter. We are part of the NATO alliance, and therefore our country is protected. As I speak, we have additional forces that were sent from America and other NATO countries that is shoring up our borders, because we border with Russia and Belarus as well. But it's a deterrent that if Putin was to look at our direction like, okay, I like the Baltic states, well, he would be starting World War III, because the charter says if you attack one, you attacked all. And since we're part of NATO, by the charter, the other 30 countries or 29 countries would have to come to our defense. Just like if someone attacked Germany or Poland, we would go to help them. So, very terrible situation, but we need to keep praying that the Lord would intervene and turn this around. He can do it. Nothing's impossible with God. And pray for us, because this is very close to home. I mean, Belarus is just a country between us and Ukraine. And so it's close to home. It's not like being in America where you're hearing, oh, that's happening over there. For me, it's happening right there, basically, in my backyard kind of thing. All right. I want to wish you, though, a good Friday and a good weekend. God bless Ukraine. God bless Latvia.